Welcome back, everyone. Your loyal Captain Gamer Dodger has returned yet again for another video for you guys today. And yes, guys, I still got this freaking cold going on. I think it's actually developing into a real sickness, but who cares? I still find ways to record for y'all, and I still find ways to make videos for y'all. So we're just gonna keep this going. For those who haven't seen the video yesterday, I had posted Solo Leveling Deku Part 4 Interlude. This is actual Part 5. I need to freaking create a series that way you guys don't get lost on this. You know what? In fact, that's exactly what I'm going to do. If you guys go to my playlist on my channel, you guys should see Solo Leveling Deku on there. That way you guys can watch in order of the videos that they're supposed to go. This is actual part 5. Sorry, I just ate before I did this, so that was a bit of a hiccup. Anyway, sorry if I sound off. Like I said, cold. I can't freaking talk right. Neither am I going to sound right at all throughout this video, but who cares? Let's just get into the video. If you didn't see part 4 interlude, then you probably shouldn't have because it was 18 plus. But I can at least let you know Deku got to clap some cheeks of his girlfriends. There you go. Yes, girlfriends plural. That's all I can say. But I ain't gonna continue anymore on that. Now let's just get to the video. Y'all ready? I'm ready. If I can do this, cue the goddamn intro. So last we left off upon, part 4 that you were actually able to see, Deku had gotten to meet his classmates, and he had gotten a little bit of new powers. But because of this development right here, Deku's gonna have to go down the line with a few more things, since he's already reached level 100, and because I just want to make him even more busted, the most busted thing in goddamn history, might as well go down this line. Okay, if you guys don't really remember what Deku is, he is like Jin Mori's Sun Wukong, but like I said, he's comp Sun Wukong. So he's all iterations of Sun Wukong ever created in one thing. Also being, like a Saiyan as well could do some things like that for you. But don't worry, because we got a lot more adventures to come in. And I know what you guys are gonna say. Isn't this a bit too early in the series for this? Yes, it is. Like, because we just barely started. He just met his classmates. But for what I got planned, I got to throw in a lot of stuff really, really early and quickly. But don't worry, the good stuff is will get to wait. The good stuff will wait. But as for right now, we got to continue on the solo leveling stuff still until like we get into the fan made stuff. But beforehand, I might as well indulge in this little fantasy I got going on for a bit. So this is Deku chilling at his in his pocket dimension, because pretty much he's it's pretty much how it is now. He pretty much lives in there at this point. Like, sure, he's still with his mom in her apartment and everything, but Deku chose to like live in his little pocket dimension, because why the heck not? I mean, hey, it's its own space, and he pretty much rules over that place, so might as well just stay in there. So anyway, while he's just chilling, Jesus Christ, I cannot breathe for the life of me. All right. Anyway, while he's chilling inside of his pocket dimension, the thing he's got going on is pretty simple. Until he gets a key this time for a different dimension, dimension. But it's not a dungeon key. This is a portal key, actually. A portal key. And Deku reads the description. Portal key. Transports user to different reality, aka / alternate universe / different timeline. Player will get to gain experience from said timeline and will transfer over into their system stats. Would you like to accept this portal key? And Deku just says yes, because he wants to experience what it is. Okay, and while Deku gets up, I'm gonna say he's been doing a little bit of training, and honestly, I've just wanted to give Deku this ability ever since like this started, but I honestly forgot about it. And okay, here we go. Player has obtained a new skill. This is from Deku's little bit of training that he's been doing. Oh, okay, hold on. I forgot to mention one thing. In Deku's pocket dimension, he can control how the flow of time pretty much works. So he can make it work like an A-rank dungeon where one day is pretty much an hour in the real world. Or he can make it pretty much like where a day is like 1 second in the real world. So Deku can stay in his pocket dimension for as long as he wants. And he can pretty much just alter it in any way he sees fit. But still, gotta keep this going. So Deku pretty much opens the portal key, and it opens up a portal to like a whole different dimension. And Deku's curiosity does get the better of him as he just walks right through it to see what he's got going on. And Deku would find himself in a completely different world. I'm taking inspiration from my Sun Wukong Deku that I made, and you know what? Might as well do something like this. So Deku finds himself in a whole different reality because he knows this isn't Japan. As the system and his angels are right by his side. Sadly, Hana isn't here because she's not going to be included in for like these next 3 realities I'm taking Deku to. but just cut me some slack for this one. She'll be in the next, like, after these things. So anyway, as Deku arrives in this world, he's wondering what the heck is going on here, and his angels tell him where he is. He's in the realm of Dragon Ball. Yes, sir. But not just any Dragon Ball. This is my fan-made created Dragon Ball Prime. If you haven't seen that series, I suggest you go watch it now. It's an amazingly good series. Perfect. Ultimate perfection. And Deku would pretty much ask what's the world of Dragon Ball, as pretty much the angels would tell him, like, all he needs to know about what's going on. And then Deku would pretty much realize that the world of Dragon Ball is pretty much tied into, like, his super form. Deku honestly didn't know what to call his super form. He just called it Super Deku, or Super Izuku. But realizing that it's a Super Saiyan form is actually amazing. So Deku pretty much goes off to fly around. He honestly, he was about to, until a certain amount of people actually drop right in front of him before he can fly off and do something. Also remember, Deku's angels are invisible to anyone else. And before you guys even ask, yes, I'm adding all the continuities and everything, the timelines, whatever. It can just blend into this one Dragon Ball Prime timeline, so don't ask questions. And just because I know you guys love Dragon Ball Prime, this is solidly a few years after I've ended after I've ended Dragon Ball Prime. I'm gonna say this is 10 years. So here you guys go. Everyone's like 10 years older. Goten is already, I think. Wait, how old is Goten? Like 8, whatever. I don't know. Dragon Ball Super, Broly, he was still in the timeline. So I don't know. I really don't know how much time has passed in the Dragon Ball Superheroes timeline. So, whatever. I can still say the Cell Max crap happened, and after all the granola shit. So why the heck not? Why the heck not? So anyway, since this is still a continuation of Solo Leveling Deku and Dragon Ball Prime, because I know you guys loved it, what's happening now is we're getting into the GT arc. Because, you know, the Super arc and everything pretty much happened. And yes, they have Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Blue and all that. I'm not changing that. I'm not retconning any of my stuff here. I'm just going to have to make the Shadow Dragons and everything else a bit more out there. I'm going to have to throw in a lot more power for this sake here. Crap, does that mean I have to make up a new transformation? Nah, I honestly don't feel like doing that. Oh, wait. I don't have to, because new transformations already exist in this one. Perfect. All right, cool. Let's keep it going. So Goku and pretty much all the Z fighters that I mentioned, Cell, Maj, Super Buu, all that comes down here, and they wondering who Deku is because they can sense his power. And yes, it's quite unfathomable. Because like I said, the mixture of Sun Wukong and everything in there, and because Deku is like a comp Sun Wukong, so that essentially means he's Goku's version of Sun Wukong and has that power as well. So that means he is stronger than Goku, but he doesn't know it because he doesn't really train like Goku does yet. Sorry guys, had a bit of a hiccup there. So anyway, the Dragon Team pretty much asks who Deku is and everything else, and Deku just pretty much outright explains he's not even from here. As they assume he's like future Trunks and he's assuming he's from a different timeline. Deku says no, he's not from any timeline of theirs. He's from a whole different reality. What? Like, what does he mean? And Deku pretty much projects like in front of them what his world is like, and there is no version of them anywhere. He just came here because of his powers. And this pretty much interests them, but not only that, this does intrigue them. So that means there's alternate realities out there. But wait, how is he here? And Deku pretty much explains how his dungeon key works and everything. But you know, since the the Saiyans and everything, how Goku is like Monaka, he challenges Deku to a fight, and because why the fuck not? So honestly, Deku's pretty much cool with that. So anyway, as the fight so we cut to like a little sparring match. So like I said, anyway, as the fight begins, it's pretty clear that Goku is like overwhelms Deku in pretty much every category. Because like I said, Goku is like in the realm of beyond the gods. Yes, Deku's version of comp Sun Wukong, but remember, he hasn't actually trained or know what his abilities are. But remember, he's got that Saitama limitless potential. And since he's and also guys, oh boy, I probably shouldn't be doing this, but I'm doing this anyway. Deku is catching up to adapting upon Goku's level. So not only that, but remember, since Deku is part Saiyan 2 as well, he's pretty much adapting to Goku's genetics and pretty much infusing them into his own. Every time they exchange blows or they connect fists, Deku's getting a little more pieces of himself, like, together. So not only he's getting Broly's like high adaptability, Frieza's potential mixed within that, but also like the realm of the Z Warriors themselves. Deku's absorbing the information the longer he's staying in the world. So even as him and Goku pretty much do duke it out for some time, Deku actually closes the gap in base form relatively quickly. Because remember, Saitama's like, potential in there also mixed with Frieza's. So not only is Deku like potential growth is growing, but because it's Frieza's potential mixed with Broly's like a massive adaptability in there. And oh yeah, I forgot I gave Goku like SCP 368, 386, the hard to kill lizard 368. I think that was it. Deku's natural adaptation is growing even stronger. So not only that, but oh boy, it's getting pretty scary how fast he's closing the gap. Like within the first 5 minutes, Deku couldn't keep up with Goku at all. He was really struggling to hold on to it. But as we cut into like literally the 10-minute mark, 5 minutes later, Deku's already quickly closing the gap between base forms. And now he's starting to adapt with this into his fighting style, starting to learn and everything. And this is when Goku says, "Okay, let's take this fight to another level," as he uses Kaioken. And Deku, never seeing this before, sorry about that, y'all. Deku, never seeing Kaioken before, actually is surprised by this because it looks like Goku just doubled in speed, like instantly. As Goku rushes to Deku and starts pummeling him to the ground, pretty much Deku gets back up. But because of SCP-368's adaptability, he instantly heals from that. And because, well, Natural Saiyan Zenkai, he grows even stronger. As the system is pretty much picking up on all of this, and so are Deku's angels, like, easily watching this fight go down. As Deku feels like he could do this again, but, oh boy, just, let's not worry about the power systems right now. A player has unlocked a new skill, Kaioken. Uh-oh. Technique learned from King Kai. Oh, shit. So Deku's pretty much learning Kaioken and all this stuff right now. Anyway, but still, as the forms get up, Goku turns Super Saiyan form. And, well, I already showed you what Goku's is like. But for Deku, it's still pretty much... I got an idea. You guys have seen Goku's Super Saiyan, but now I'm going to change Deku's to actually look something different. Because thanks to Deku's natural adaptation, he now has the perfected Super Saiyan form. And what do I mean by that? This. Hold on, just want to give you guys a quick recap. This is, Goku's version of Super Saiyan. Wait, did I make that? I don't know if I did. Wait, no, I don't think I did. Nah, I didn't. Wait. No, yes, I did. I actually did. So Goku goes his version of Super Saiyan. Now it's time for Deku's. But like I said, Deku's is different. His is a much more perfected Super Saiyan. It looks something more on the lines of, well, if you look at Goku, pretty much that's what it is. But if you guys don't remember the cape and everything I gave him, then let me show you that part. Yeah, here we go. So if you guys don't remember, he has that cape, and Deku has that type of cloudy aura around him. But, it's still kind of like Sonic's super form, where he has those sparkles and everything, and that lightning. So the moment Deku goes Super Saiyan, it's completely and immediately adapted, because Deku also has red eyes for this, while Goku still has the blue eyes. And while that fight is going on, Goku finds himself being pressed, like, instantly. Holy crap. He doesn't know who this guy is, but the fact that he went Super Saiyan like them means he's a Saiyan, or at least kind of part Saiyan or something like that. Deku didn't explain that the system made him, like, into a Saiyan. But holy hell. Goku is very shocked by this, because he knows for a fact that he cannot outright beat Deku in the Super Saiyan form. So Goku immediately jumps to Super Saiyan 2. But Deku only increases his Super Saiyan output. Almost as if activating this on instinct, Deku uses Super Saiyan Rage. This is what I mean by Super Saiyan Rage. And it's literally, when Trunks in the Goku Black movie had that blue aura around him, this is pretty much what it is for Deku. So while Deku still has that, golden-ish aura, it's just there's blue around him. And instantly he's pressing Goku again in Super Saiyan 2, while Deku's still only in his own perfected Super Saiyan. Until Goku goes Super Saiyan 3. And that's when Deku unleashes his own Super Saiyan 2. And yes, it's just like the Goku from the Savior of Heaven. I'm keeping it the same. I don't have a reason to change it, because I just like it. I just like the look of it. Deku's own Super Saiyan 2 with flames going around him. And let me tell you now, it's very, very scary. when Goku realizes he can't win in Super Saiyan 3, he then stops the fight instantly. And it goes to show just how strong he is naturally. Because like I said, just like Saitama, Deku broke his limiter. There really is no end to how strong he could really get. It's just constantly adapting and evolving over time. Deku didn't even realize he went Super Saiyan 2 until Goku finally pointed it out to him. Like, holy shit, I really am that strong. And so that's when Goku had an idea. He pretty much brought Deku to the lookout and thought about the hyperbolic time chamber. How much stronger could Deku get if he legitimately trained, and if he was taught and specifically trained for stuff like this? Deku said, and Goku told him about the time chamber, how it works, and Deku said that would be a good idea, but he would be missing time back in his home. But his angels let him know that honestly no time has passed since he's left. Oh, I guess leaving out of your own universe just changes the fundamentals of time. So honestly, Goku pretty much offers the time chamber to Deku, and Deku pretty much accepts. So let me give you guys an equivalent to how strong Deku can get in like a year's training by training with Goku. It's pretty scary. Deku now learned all the forms of Super Saiyan, including full-powered Super Saiyan, and I mean, yes, that includes Broly's form, and just because I don't want you guys nitpicking at me, yeah, full-powered Super Saiyan. And that includes the God forms, the 4th form, 5th, as well, and it's pretty goddamn scary what he can do. And, oh boy, not just that, Goku also had like a very different idea, and after asking what it was, he told Izuku, Goku told our boy, what would happen if he trained with other masters, with other people? Because look how strong he gotten in just a year's worth of training with Goku. Like, imagine how strong Deku could be if he trained with other people. Deku taking this idea into consideration, obviously, you know, the ones like Vegeta and Raditz, Nappa, and the others don't actually want anything to do with this. But then Deku just pretty much he injured their pride by asking them if they're scared, and of course they aren't, so they all fought in the time chamber and everything. Deku learning their techniques and whatnot: Gallic Gun, Double Sunday, Saturday Crush, Final Flash, Breaker Cannon, Giant Storm. Heck, learning from the humans and androids and Krillin and the others, Master Roshi, Korin, and oh my god, let me tell you now, Korin drinking the Ultra Divine Water, and Kami, and Mr. Popo as well. Deku had gained a lot of skills and like techniques learning from the others. And guys, let me tell you something that's extremely scary about Deku. After coming out of the time chamber, the system had alerted him to a new system development. Deku now in his own pocket can open a pocket dimension to the hyperbolic time chamber whenever he wants. But this is his own customary version of the time chamber. So yeah, Deku has his own version of the time chamber, but instead of like 1 day equals a year, Deku can advance it to however he wants. He can make it to whatever he wants. Like 1 day can equal like now 1 second can equal a year of training if he wanted to. Heck, 1 day in here can equal like 1 billion years, 1 trillion, one quadrillion, quintillion, sextillion, all right, septillion. Pause, but still. So Deku can just adjust it however he wants. Adjust the gravity and the food in here. That's been adjusted. The system like made it so it never runs out. Deku can stay in here for as long as he goddamn wants. And the best part about it is he won't age because he controls the time chamber. So thankfully it took off that aging, whatever that crap limiter is. So Deku can train in here for like days on end and whenever he wants. And he would just get all the development but no drawbacks. Yeah, it's busted, but I honestly don't care. But here comes another scary thing that Deku probably shouldn't be having, but I'm giving it to him anyway. After training with Korin and going down and actually learning about the Senzu beans and whatnot, after Deku pretty much gets 2 of them, 1 for himself, because, Deku still can be tired, but after eating 1, the system automatically, like, downloaded the data of the Senzu beans because of Deku's gluttony ability, and instantly it pretty much downloaded the second Senzu bean into its database. And now Deku, in his inventory, I shit you not, has this. Anyway, guys, like I said, after gaining a few Senzu beans and downloading them, in his inventory, Deku has something that's fucking terrifying. That should not be realistic. Oops, you didn't see that. Boop! An unlimited amount of Senzu beans now. Oh Lord. So yeah, I'm not lying. When Deku looks at his inventory and he sees the senzu bowl, like the case full of senzu, the senzu jar, and it's full of senzu beans, it has the infinite sign on it. Oh no. So Deku now has an unlimited number of senzu beans in his inventory. He can pull them out at any time if he ever gets injured or tired, if that ever goddamn happens. Or heck, just for his gluttony ability to make him grow stronger. And keep in mind, guys, the senzu beans are like a day's worth of food. But well, Deku's version, it changes that a lot. So now, if you eat a senzu bean, it's worth a whole it's worth months. It's worth a whole year's supply of food. It can literally supply you for a year. If you eat one of these, and let me tell you guys right now, a starving, dying person of thirst and starvation, dying of starvation, dehydration, lack of nutrients, and all of the above. You eat one of these, boom, you're right back to full strength. Your body just reinflates and all that. You're perfectly fine, as if none of that just happened. And it gives off all of the nutrients plus more. So yeah, if Deku eats like maybe two of if Deku can eats 10 of these, his strength will go to unfathomable heights, and I mean unfathomable. Oh boy. And it's not only that, he already ate one just to see what it would be like beforehand. And let me tell you, his power did jump up by like twice the amount. So yeah, that's pretty scary. And with Deku's gluttony ability to keep growing stronger as he eats. And guys, I don't mean that BS gluttony where you have to eat like a person or something to gain the powers. No, Deku can just eat in general and get stronger. He can just eat regular foods, like the better richness of the food, better nutrients. Like the tastier they are, the better, the stronger he'll just get. And now because he got the senzu beans, that's worth all that and more. And he has his angels that can give him rich, nutritious foods whenever he want. Because Heaven's Lost Property, if you guys watch episode 1, you'll know what I'm talking about. Deku's pretty busted, as is. Yeah, super goddamn busted, beyond busted. So honestly, Deku wants to try this out. So he pulls a Yajirobe. He just gets handfuls and starts freaking shoving them, scarfing them down. I said shoving them down. That was finna sound crazy. It starts scarfing down the food. I mean, scarfing down the senzu beans, really seeing if they're unlimited. And because of Deku's gluttony ability, he does not get, he can choose not to get full if he doesn't want to. So he spends like about, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna say 5 minutes doing this, just to truly check it out. And oh my god, yeah, 5 minutes and Deku's power grew way beyond anyone else. It's to the point where the gods and angels themselves have to come down to see what this is, because this is way too scary. And yes, you know what? I'm pulling a Tournament of Power here as well. Also with the they bring down like all 10 of their greatest warriors, and I mean every single god of destruction, and the angels come down as well, trying to see who this being is. And oh lord, this is incredibly scary. Now they demand to know who Deku is, and once Deku explains, the Grand Priest tells Deku he's like breaking the law. Because he's from a different reality and he's not supposed to be here. It's not like he's time traveling or anything, but he's still getting in trouble. And so the Omni King would try to erase Deku, but it doesn't work. Because the laws of fundamentality does not work on him. You cannot erase Deku at all. And now the rest of the gods are scared because this is someone that Zeno's power holds nothing onto. So Deku just smiles at this and he just says, well, with everything he's learned so far and with the training he's done, might as well. So Deku pretty much charges at the angels and the gods of destruction. And let me tell you guys right now, that is a one-sided ass whooping. And I mean quite literally. Deku going like his version of Super Saiyan Blue mixed with Legendary Super Saiyan, aka Raging God, like I did with in Dragon Ball Prime. You know what? I'm going to keep that going. So anyway, as Deku uses his Raging God form, he feels something way different, like a whole new power. And this is quite scary here, something completely unique to Deku as a whole. So he powers up even further, and the greenish stuff change into a more orange color. Great Sage Awakening. Here it is. So yeah, as you guys can see here, This is Deku's all new harmonious form for himself, and I call this Great Sage God. Yeah, Great Sage God. You can see the blue in there, but also mixed with the Sun Wukong Great Sage blue in there. A completely harmonious form to Deku himself. So this completely overwhelms everything, and because of his powers and everything, the Gods of Destruction try to Hakai Deku, but it doesn't actually work. Instead, Deku eats the Hakai, and he gains his own God of Destruction form, his own Hakaishin form. And it's not like Vegeta's Ultra Ego. Oh, well, actually it is somewhat like that, but it's a more completed version since Deku can... Since Vegeta isn't a God of Destruction, it's not complete. It's an incomplete version. But Deku, on the other hand, he's not bound to by a mortal body, even though he thinks he is. So when Deku goes his own version of Ultra Ego or God of Destruction form, it's yeah, it's very scary. Okay, this is from Carthu's Dojo. Do not come for me saying I'm copywriting here. I'm just using this for reference. So yeah, this is Deku's own God of Destruction form, but the aura is way, way, way scarier. Instead of like the purplish hue that you would see, guys, it's actually all black now. So the aura itself is completely black, kind of like Goku Black's aura, but instead of like somewhat being light up by the light, it's actually pitch black, like darkness, like the void, like the darkness of the void itself. There is purple in there, but it's just more black with purple lightning. How about black with black lightning, but purple lighting highlighting it? Yeah, that works. But like I said, with that Great Sage awakening, Great Sage God power awakening, it's very different. So Deku's aura looks something like this instead. Yeah, quite terrifying. The gold around him, he's not Beerus, but still. Oh, because I like the diamonds on him. Deku has those diamonds on his chest, but you can't see it. And like I said, Beerus pretty much looks like all around what Deku would look like. But like I said, Deku transformation is like a black-haired one, and you guys can pretty much see the lightning. It's purple, but it has the purple lighting around it. Deku's lightning is like I said, black with purple lighting up around it. You know what? Nah, it's black with gold lighting it up, black and gold. So yeah, incredibly goddamn scary. And he's beating all the gods and angels with ease. And just how Ultra Ego works, Deku's only getting stronger and stronger. Oh Lord, because he's getting hit, and he's healing, getting Zenkais, but he's also raising his power a lot more because of how Ultra Ego works, derived in the name Ego. But hey, Deku isn't done improving, not by a long shot, because well, with the angels, it's also kind of hard because Ultra Instinct exists as well, and after literally punching some of the angels and whatnot, Deku gains Ultra Instinct as well. Oop! There it is. Deku's unleashed the power of his very own unique Ultra Instinct. A great Sage's instinct, or just godly instinct. Whatever. It works. So Deku can not only just dodge as well, but oh boy, this is only getting scarier because unlike Goku, it's already in the perfected state. And Deku is just adapting more onto it, getting the hang of it a lot easier than Goku did the first time around. Like, dude, this is pretty scary. And as he's fighting these people from different universes, he's only adapting their techniques into it. And like I said, since the Supreme Kais are there as well, Deku now learns the Kai, healing. What else? We send the angels. They can time stop, create things. Their ultimate power. Zeno and his power of erasure, but Deku doesn't really want something like that because that seems something like impractical that he would be doing. So Deku doesn't really see himself doing that. But still, though, these techniques are useful. So he ends up beating them all, and because Beerus is threatening the Z Warriors, Goku could easily beat Beerus, but nah, he just does what he says. They actually join in on fighting Izuku, but they all get clapped pretty easily. And as Deku pretty much lands back on onto the ground after everyone's pretty much knocked out and defeated, he walks over to Goku and tells him that his power is completely insane and amazing. He would love to have someone like Goku on his team, but he knows this is where Goku remains. And this is when since I said this is a continuation of the Dragon Ball Prime timeline, Deku actually does something while Goku is knocked out. He says the great words, "Arise, my creation." Goku isn't dead, by the way. This is just something unique that he can do besides Sun Jinwoo. Oh, wait, nah, screw arise. This is what Deku says. Recreate. And, woo! Instantly, like, a shadow covers Goku, and instantly, oh, Lord. A whole new Goku, a shadow soldier of Goku is right next to Deku, while the Goku that Deku beat is still naturally alive and fine. What does he look like? This. Boop! You have Shadow Soldier Goku up in this bit. And this is Dragon Ball Prime. Dragon Ball Prime Shadow Soldier Goku. So you can only imagine how much stronger this is going to get. As this is Deku's first Shadow Soldier that's getting a name. So crap. Deku doesn't exactly know what to name this one, because he could just give him the same name as his counterpart, but that would be ridiculous. Instead of my liege, it's my lord. My lord, please bestow upon me a name. And Deku thinks about it for a minute. Since this version of you goes by your earthly name, I will give you the Saiyan name he was supposed to have, Kakarot. So Deku names his Shadow Soldier version of Goku Kakarot. And remember, this one has all the goddamn skills of the natural Goku. And more. And because I made Dragon Ball Prime version of Goku like pretty much a calm Goku, so that means Dragon Ball Heroes, CC Goku and all that is a part of this as well. You can only just imagine how powerful this guy is. But enough of all that, as everyone's pretty much knocked out, as Deku pretty much goes back to Kami and sees the Dragon Balls and looks at them and just says, "You know what? I like those. They're mine now." What? As Deku just points at them and says, "Recreate." As Deku, yeah, he created his own version of the Dragon Balls, because why the fuck not? Because fuck it. Boop. And we're here, guys. These are Deku's version of the Dragon Balls. And yeah, he went out, and after that, Deku went out exploring, basically. He went to Otherworld, pretty much did what Goku did, learned about Potara fusion. He even went to King Kai's planet, who pretty much who wasn't paying attention, but who trained Deku anyway. Deku learned more about what Kaioken is about, even the spirit bomb, the Genki Dama. After that, he went training out into space just to see what everything else has to offer. He went to Yardrat, learned Force Spirit Fission, cloning, healing, size alteration, and even more about all around balance. About what does that mean to have balance? Because yeah, now I can just show you guys some more. Because meditation, what Vegeta pretty much learned all that. Just give me a hot minute. Okay, there we go. So yeah, just relax until, Yardrat, all that. Just keep reading until you pretty much eventually get it. This is crazy. But yeah, it's actually quite scary. But since Deku's naturally adaptive and learns quicker, this is super freaking easy for him. But still, out of the natural thing, it's pretty crazy. Oop, hold on. Well, whatever. You guys already get the point. And if you guys haven't watched my what if Deku was betrayed, this kind of ties into it as well. Your body has to naturally be relaxed at all times, up until the moment you're willing to attack. Or, in Deku's case, you can be relaxed while attacking. Don't even need to tense your body up. Your body just naturally moves on its own, like Ultra Instinct, but even in the span of a fight, you can still be off guard and just not care naturally. So yeah, going out into space, learning all he can, instant transmission, Force Spirit Vision, all that stuff out there. Yeah, pretty great and crazy. What else? Is there anything else to learn in Dragon Ball? Nah, except that he gets the Namekian Dragon Ball, so he pretty much, gains all that information about the Namekians and puts that into his Dragon Balls and the Super Dragon Balls as well. Pretty much, also the Cerulean Dragon Balls and, the Super Dragon Balls, integrating their power into it. And yes, that means Deku can summon his own dragon to make wishes whenever he wants. And just because they're 3 powerful wishes, but this time they got no limit. Just like the Super Shenron, they have no limit. And for those that want to see the dragon, it's like my son Wukong Deku, Roku Ryu. Let's go. This is the Yard Rat stuff I was talking about before. Force Spirit Fission, all that getting draining power, size alteration. Oh, teaching Deku how to control his power more, cloning, healing, all that stuff. Pretty cool. Instant transmission, yep. Vegeta already learning all that. And instantly all that. Okay, now we can move on. Yep, the Rising Fist Frieza Saga, Roku Ryu. Hey, it's an awesome dragon. Don't judge me. All right, it's like a freaking mini Hydra, and it looks awesome. Roku Ryu, that's the dragon. Remember it. But still, besides all learning that he could, Deku decided he had enough fun. He had enough fun in this world because it was all pretty cool. As for the GT continuation, I mean, I don't know if I really should go over it, but I will anyway. The Dragon Team, Deku just goes back to his world for now. Time's not passed. But as for the Dragon Team, they pretty much wake up and they find that Izuku is gone at this point. They all feel some pain for sure, but Goku feels kind of weird a little bit. But he just shrugs it off as just like the aftershock of getting defeated. Whatever. But still, they go to make a wish to Shenron to pretty much fix the landscape, but they see that the Dragon Balls are actually cracked. And when they do, this blue dragon that pretty much that looks like it's made of darkness pretty much explodes into 7 pieces, and that's when the Shadow Dragon arc does go down. I don't really feel like going over that stuff, but oh lord, I got to. So the Dragon Team just go on the quest of Dragon Ball GT to pretty much find all the Dragon Balls. I don't really know what to expect from me because you got the Gods of Destruction and the Angels here. Only thing I could do is just make them on par of that level, because to give the Dragon Team a bit more of a closer fight. But hey, they end up winning and saving everyone anyway. So hey, that's how that fight goes. So anyway, on to something different. Alright, so Deku gets back to his little pocket dimension, and honestly, he screams out loud. That was so fun. And his power just spiked like crazy. He wishes he could visit more places like that. And the Angels interpret this as quite literally because they're still not used to it all just yet, as they give Deku more portal keys that he could just go to. As holy crap, Deku says he could just visit this stuff whenever he wishes. Oh, also by the way, guys, since Deku has a mini map of his little pocket dimension he can go to, it now works like the solo leveling floors of the demon castle that Sung Jin Woo went through. So Deku has its own special floor as it connects to the time chamber. So if he just clicks on that, he can just go to the time chamber. Only he has access to it, no one else. Pretty neat and unique how that goes. But anyway, not enough time for this. Deku goes to a whole different reality this time. And this one is actually really special because I've been wanting to get this off my back for a while now. And I mean a while. Alright, let's go. The place where Deku is this time is... boop! Record of Ragnarok. Yes, sir. Deku showed up in Record of Ragnarok, bro. It's time to go. And you guys might be asking, wait, why is Deku coming to Record of Ragnarok? Is he going to join the fight? Not exactly, but he will see some good fights. So anyway, Deku ends up being in Record of Ragnarok now, and seeing what the heck is going on as a tournament. And just so crazy enough, okay, Deku actually joined in when the first match was going down. Thor versus God dang, I forgot the other guy's name. Shit. Alright, well, I kind of forgot. And he appeared right next to Adam, Eve, Cain, and Abel. I think that was the name. Did I get it right? Probably. Probably not, but who? Oh, no. Oh, well, who cares? Deku asked what's going on, and Adam pretty much asked who is he. And he pretty much explained who he is, and Adam can see that Deku really is not from this world. Huh. Unique. But Deku asks Adam what this is, and Adam pretty much explains what the point of the tournament is about. Oh. Well, shit. Yeah, it is. Yes, it is quite different. And Adam asks, is Izuku going to join? Deku says no, because one, it's not really his place to be joining, and two, while he would like to, he doesn't think it would. He doesn't want to interfere with this reality as a whole. Adam pretty much says Deku being here is already interfering with the reality. Why not? You got a point. So Deku pretty much signs himself up, and he's in the tournament now. But before anything else goes on, he wants to see what Adam can do. So he asks Adam for like a quick, few minute spar. Adam really doesn't want to indulge in this, but looking at Deku's excited face of his and he reminds him of his children, he finally does like, he finally accepts this, but very reluctantly. As now, oh god, Adam and Deku are finna go at it. So instantly, Deku goes into his great sage god form. And honestly, it's extremely powerful and scary too, because instantly all the other gods feel it. I mean, it felt by literally everyone, like the mortals and the people on the other side, like the humans and the people on the other side of the stance. Even the other gods can feel this. Like Thor and the guy he's fighting literally stopped the fight to basically look over where they felt that power, and they feel it's close to them. That power of another god. And instantly, Adam can feel this as well. He pretty much gets into the stance of seriousness, like when Zeus went into his Adamus form. And instantly, like when Deku rushes at Adam this time, Adam does dodge, thankfully using his special ability, and Deku can see that. And automatically, from trying to punch a few times, Adam is dodging. Deku pretty much cops this in his mind. It's almost like Ultra Instinct, but not really. And then pretty much the system is able to break it down after Deku trying to hit Adam, and it doesn't really freaking work. So then he pulls like an angel stop time bit, and then he tries to pull like the Zeus thing, try to hit him. But Adam pretty much clocks Deku in the gut and pretty much tells him that's a really cool ability, but you're still far off from where you need to be in order to match me, my child. Probably, but Deku pretty much adapted to the eyes of the Lord. But not only that, system, new skill unlocked, eyes of the Lord. So not only does Adam have it, but when Adam looks at Izuku's face, he sees his own pair of eyes staring back at him. But kind of different in Deku's case, different color. What the? He sees his own eyes staring back at him. And this is Deku color. Adam is like a blue and reddish, but Deku's like a black red with a tint of gold, like gold lightning surrounding it. As Adam is straight up confused, he didn't see the punch coming his way. But Deku didn't actually hit him. He just lightly tapped him on the cheek. Gotcha, father. And honestly, Deku says that's enough because he got what he pretty much wanted. And as he powers back down, the fight still goes as normal. And Thor still ends up winning because, that shit happens. But, man, it's crazy how this works. So anyway, as they end up going back to like the skirmish, Thor had already won, and now it was Adam's turn. But as they see that as Adam is getting ready for his entrance, they ask Deku, pretty much the other gods really instantly come over to look at Deku, and they ask, is he another god? Deku honestly would say no, but Adam instantly said, Deku says no, he's a human. Doesn't look like any other human they've seen before. Wow. And they ask him, is he planning on joining the tournament? And Deku says, yeah. So what team is he joining? Deku obviously joins the humans because obviously he's born a human and he's going to fight for them. The gods obviously scoff at this and ask why. And Deku pretty much explains he was born a human. There is really nothing different about that. He isn't born a god or some type of divine being. He wasn't born with a divinity. This is just who he is. And they're trying to exterminate humanity. And what type of hero would he be if he just let that happen? As they pretty much laugh at the idea of heroes and whatnot. So anyway, Adam goes down to fight Zeus. It pretty much sadly goes as canon. I don't think, no matter how much it goes, it can't happen. You know what? Now, screw that. I'm changing this timeline up. Deku, with his little bit of powers, he can do this on the side without no one noticing. Crazy enough. He actually keeps Adam alive. Because remember, Whis pretty much brought Frieza back to life at the end of the Tournament of Power. So I see it as Deku honestly keeping Adam alive and just not letting him die. But his body keeps going. His body still keeps going on autopilot, but thankfully Adam is still alive. And Zeus does eventually drop, and Adam ends up winning the fight instead. So now it's like a very different type of ball game. Oh boy. You know what? Just because Deku joined the fight, Deku ends up fighting Odin in the oh, there's no like 6th or 7th round. He fights Odin in the 7th round, and it's actually really cool. And because Deku's so strong, he gets the attention of Thor, and he ends up fighting Odin first. And because natural adaptability and Eyes of the Lord as well, which are also adapting, he ends up beating Odin, which is supposed to be straight up impossible because Odin's like pretty much on the power level of Zeus, but Deku's already getting all this information by watching the fights go on. It's like literally Majin Buu copying everyone just by seeing it once. Oh yeah. Oh, I even forgot to mention this back in Dragon Ball Z. Deku's body is actually weird now. It's actually like Majin Buu, almost like made out of gum in a certain way. Deku can So yeah, Deku can pretty much pull a Majin Buu and pretty much regenerate it from everything. You'd have to actually destroy every single part of him to actually kill him. But even then, that still might not work because he might come back from just that. So yeah, Deku can pull pieces of himself off and it looks like gum, like Majin Buu's gum body, and throw it at you. Deku can extend his body parts. He can even pull a Super Buu where Super Buu went into that guy, pause on that one, and exploded him from the inside. Pause again on that one. So yeah, it's pretty scary. And even watching Buddha fight the demon, Deku had also picked up on Buddha's eyes of wisdom. And oh lord, because of how OP Deku is, the two combining into one created the eyes of God, of the God. And yes, even though Jesus Christ himself is in the Record of Ragnarok, which I'm mad they didn't really show, it's still a thing. Yeah, because Deku could see the fights, and he copied Buddha's eyes of wisdom, and eyes of the Lord, eyes of wisdom combined together to create eyes of God, the eyes of God. Ooh, yeah, I'm making Deku way too OP, but I don't care. Keeping it going. So with all that being said, as well, pretty much the fights go as normal. Oh, there is one fight that I do want to see that actually does happen here. Boop. Yep. You can't say you guys would not want to see this though. Even though you know how this would go down, I would love to see it. I would just love to see it. So the Record of Ragnarok Sun Wukong versus the Buddha, the actual mythology Buddha. Well, actual mythology Sun Wukong as well. So as this fight pretty much would go down, this is a fan-made fight, so we can just do this off on the side. So as Deku pretty much watching this fight, he's watching all of Sun Wukong and Buddha's tricks and whatnot, seeing their skills and everything. And holy shit, it's a lot. But not only does Deku pick up on that, but it's also quite amazing. But feeling as he's had enough here, he decides he's going to leave. But that's when Sun Wukong and Buddha actually stop after, pretty much, I'm going to say Buddha wins the fight because he won the fight in the mythology, so why the heck not? That's when Sun Wukong and Buddha actually come up to Deku and stop him before he leaves. Sun Wukong would like to hand him something, his own staff. Wait, what? As Deku would grab it, his own Jingu Bang would come out, and they pretty much combine into one staff. So now Deku has a gold and white staff. Holy crap. And Buddha would also like to give him something as well. Something from both him and Sun Wukong's power. And what this thing is quite simple. Boop. Alright, just to show you guys real quick, this is what Deku's staff looks like now. Like I said, white and gold. Yep, looks awesome, amazing. Alright, anyway, continue. What did Buddha and Sun Wukong give Deku? Boop. This little headband thing here. Deku looks on as he thinks he knows what that might be, as his natural Sun Wukong instincts tell him to get away from it, but they tell him, no sweat, kid. It's actually, this is infused with both of their powers in order to help to power up Deku. So not only that, but he will also gain the power of true enlightenment. So yeah, not only that, Deku has gotten even stronger as he takes the headband and put it on his head, as it now locks around him, shines gold, and it's around him now. It's now a part of him. Oh boy, as Deku just got infinitely stronger, Eyes of God now just got upgraded. Oh, Jesus Christ. I think I'm doing too much, but I don't care, because it's my AU. I do what I want with it. Alright, well, anyway, as Deku was done with that, he leaves this time, and now on for the final goddamn world he's going to go to in this part. Because I got to continue this quickly. Where should I take Deku? He's been to Dragon Ball, he's been to Record of Ragnarok, god dang, I don't know exactly where else to take him. Oh yeah, I forgot. Also, Sun Wukong gave Deku his own personal cloud. Heh, because why not? It's awesome. Now Deku not only has an upgraded staff, but he has his own upgraded cloud. Nice. God dang. I'm trying to think. Give me one sec, guys, to think about this. All right, guys, I came up with it. He goes to the world of One Punch Man now. And, okay, there's a special reason why I'm sending him here of all places. Because there's special threeple. I said special threeple. What the heck? Yeah, special people, the three of them that I want Deku to have as shadow soldiers. Because fuck it, why not? Also because I'm bored. Now, Deku appears to be in a special stage, as he this is a part of an alternate reality, and alternate universe, alternate reality, and a part of a dungeon. So Deku has to face 3 freaking secret bosses in here, and extract their shadows. Well, he just has to beat the 3 bosses in here. And now off to boss number 1. Genos. Wait, okay, got it. Genos, the demon cyborg. So here we go with this one. And this is peak Genos that we've got. So honestly, as the fight begins, Deku would easily see that Genos is not really comparable to him, like, at all. He's just a machine. As Deku could easily, like, one-tap him. And that's exactly what he does. He sticks out his hand and sends out, like, an air pulse wave, and it completely destroys, like, Genos' entirety. Yeah, quite dangerous. Genos didn't even get to use his incineration cannons. But that should goes to show, just in contrast of how strong Deku is. If I made an actual fight go down, you guys would have said cap with all, like, the powers and abilities I gave Deku at this point. So, arise. And now Deku's extracted Genos. Shadow Soldier. Yep. And as for the name, he keeps the name Genos because it sounds cool. But that's not all, because he has 2 more left to go as another person arrives. And this one is actually very nice. I actually like this one. Heh. Cosmic Garo. Yep, yes sir, that is right. Cosmic Garo has joined the fray. But just like before, Deku was just way too, like, overcompensatingly strong for any of them to even, for Garo to even touch him, even in Saitama mode. Because remember, Garo can grow, but not as quick. And Deku's pretty much uncalculable, unopposable. So another quick one tap and Garo's, like, out of there as well. One arise later, and now Deku has a Cosmic Garo on his team. But except it's upgraded, so this is what he looks like now. Boop! Yep, almighty Cosmic Garo. And on to his last ever challenge. You guys should know who it is at this point. It's the main man, the main bald brother, Saitama himself. Yep, Saitama and Deku have a fight as well. But like I said, Deku is just a way better, like, version of Saitama. Because remember, he has his potential. But since Deku's been stacking upon it by so much, there's literally only so much he can do. And with Eyes of a Lord and Eyes of Wisdom, well, mixing into the Eyes of God, realistically, there is no way Saitama wins this. Yes, I know he's a parody and he's all this, all that. But just for the sake of the story moving on, we're just going to say that this fight pretty much almost ends in a draw. But Deku can actually take the victory here. And last but not least, you already know the magic words. Arise. So now, not only that, Deku has a special bald brother on his team. And this is what he looks like. Yep, 1 million years advanced Saitama. But since I still like the costume, we still gotta give him his iconic costume. So yeah, this here. Yep, it works. Can you guys just imagine stuff like this? I mean, Deku already has this, but hey, that makes it awesome. Arise, Kakarot. Arise, Saitama. Please give me a name, Master. Deku keeps the name Saitama because it just sounds cool. So, yeah, Deku's pretty freaking busted. Pretty goddamn OP, if you ask. So, after all of this, he finally does go back. After this, he realizes how, like, that he's actually hungry. And, again, scarfs down a whole bunch of senzu beans in so little time. And his power just keeps growing more and more. But he's tired of eating senzu beans and asks his angel sack to create him a good meal. And he does eat. Nice. Alright, but now we gotta continue on with the actual solo leveling story, because this is getting a bit, a bit out there. Alright, time to continue on with some canon events, even though Deku was just gonna scarf by this really quickly. So, okay, this is before Deku goes back into school, so let's get back to a little bit of normalcy at least. So okay, honestly, after hanging out for a little while, Deku and Hana are hanging out again at this time in Deku's pocket dimension because why the heck not? He just hangs out there. They're both chilling in that place until Deku gets like another alert that this time it's another dungeon, and this time it's a C rank dungeon. Oh, neat, C rank dungeon. Huh, sounds neat. Sounds all right. As Deku gets up and gets ready to go, Hana says she wants to come along too. Deku pretty much asks, "Are you sure about this?" Hana just nods her head up and down, yeah, up and down, up and down. Yes, yeah, like yes, 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 yes. Guess there's no convincing you otherwise. Come along then. Yay! And oh yeah, keep in mind Hana is like 6'1", 6'2". Deku's 8'4". So 2 foot like 3 inches above her. So oh boy. Anyway, it's a C rank dungeon. It's just a blue portal, nothing new. Until they walk in and the portal changes to a red color. What the? So now I bet you guys can pretty much see. They're in the snowy Icelands. Hold on a second. Anyway, as they make it into the A rank dungeon, they find it's like pretty goddamn cold out here because it's an ice biome. Deku himself is not really bothered, but hey, just because he wants to aura farm, he buys himself a really cool coat jacket. Same for Hana, and they just both trek it through this thing. I don't even know why I'm deciding to subjugate myself to this stuff. Pretty much it's the same as like what Sung Jinwoo and the others go through. They walk through like this icy forest and everything until they're suddenly attacked by ice elves, and since Deku knows Hana isn't ready for this, he could fight him right now, but instead decides to run into the forest. So, like, the bears do come, Deku pretty much defeats all of them, and he gets the, tank as his shadow soldier after arising all of the mini bear soldiers. And finally, after like, what? I don't know. You know what? Screw it. It's been only a day. Deku's better than he's Sun Wukong. It's only going to be one day. So finally, after a while of doing this crap, the Ice Elves finally catch up with them. And honestly, Deku's Shadow Army versus, oh boy, the Ice Elves. It's a one-sided slaughter. From like Sun Jinwoo was struggling, and he could tell Baruka was stronger. Yeah, that's not the case for Deku at all. Easily, the Shadow Soldiers are slaughtering the Ice Elves. And oh my god, what's the weakest one? Like, hey, freaking Genos could take out yeah. Honestly, wait, nah. Instead in this one, Igris can take out Baruka all on his own. Deku just joins into Aura Farm to look cooler while doing it. And so yeah, sadly guys, we don't have iron in this situation, even though I know some people really do love iron, but Deku's not going to really kill any people. Actually, that just gave me some ideas. Fine, no iron in this part, but we might get them pretty soon. As, yeah, Deku pretty much took down all the Ice Elves, and unlike Sun Jinwoo, that couldn't do this in the anime for some reason, but you can do this in the games. For the life of me, I don't know why, but you know what? Hey, Deku can do this because he's him. Arise. And all of the Ice Elves rise up. Even Baruka. Because, guys, I'm serious. In the solo leveling mobile game, you can get Baruka as a Shadow Soldier. But for some reason, Sung Jinwoo didn't get him in the anime. I think some people were probably mad about that. Well, in my verse, Deku arose Baruka and all the other Ice Elves. So, yeah, there we go. Hot. Here we go. Here it is. Baruka. Nice. And the other Ice Elves, because I like them all. Hold on, it is. So, anyway, that's the A-rank dungeon completed. So Deku has Baruka on his side. Dang, what comes after Baruka? Hold on, I'm trying to think. Deku would have tank at that point. Does he have iron? Yeah, he should have iron. He just didn't use iron at that point. And as for the rest of that stuff, oh, I think it's the Demon Castle next, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look at the timeline. But anyway, next chapter we're gonna continue on the My Hero Academia timeline because we at least got to get past some things before I give Deku too much OP stuff. Because I already have with his gluttony ability, eyes of literal god, and the headband on. Deku's pretty much unstoppable with Godzilla, the 3 eyes white dragon, Goku, Saitama, and Garo and Genos on his side. Ooh. Yeah, pretty beyond terrifying at this point. Already no one can stand up to Deku, but this is just getting too much. Anyway, 5 likes. You guys know what this is, and y'all know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below. Peace, guys!